All right. Yeah, I forgot recording earlier. Now let's get started. So this portion is about the reproductive system, part two. This one we will talk about the menstrual cycle. This is very unique feature in the female after the puberty, age of puberty. So what is this cycle? This cycle, is about the menstruation. So we can probably look into this figure first. I think we have one of this figure right here. So this is the cycle that basically we will have the menstruation almost every 28 days, and menstruation is the loss of the part of this very inner layer of the uterus. This layer is called the endometrium, and after that, the hormone will regulate this entire process, and then the endometrium will regrow back. While they regrow back, they will be waiting for the fertilized egg. If there's no fertilized egg, this menstruation happens. So this cycles over and over during every 28 days, and this cycle over and over until there's pregnancy. Along this change, we will also have the change in the ovaries. This change in the ovaries is the growing of the follicle. This is called the follicular genesis, as well as the situation after the ovulation. So this portion is called the corpus. So it's corpus luteum. So this ovary would see this cycle differently. In the uterus, we see this cycle as the thinning and the thickening of the endometrium. In the ovaries, we see it as the follicular genesis, ovulation, and the corpus luteum, and also degenerate. So this, from the ovary point of view, we see it including the follicular phase, ovulation, and the luteal phase. In the uterus point of view, we have the menstruation, then we have the proliferation and the secretory phase. This secretory phase is a phase to getting not just the enlargement, but also the condition right for the implantation, for the zygote implantation. So that's that. So we will look into this cycle from each point of view. In addition to these two region, ovary and uterus, we also need to know that surrounding this process is the change of the hormone. So we will also look into the hormonal changes along with the changes in the ovaries and the uterus. So let's go back to the very first one. So this is the change. I show you this. I got this one from the textbook. So this you may look more familiar to you, but that basically is the same thing. This one doesn't really show the uterus, so I think it's nicer in the other picture. Same thing, in the ovaries we have the follicular phase and the luteal phase. In the uterus we have the menstruation, proliferation, and the secretory phases. Responding different phases happening in the thinning endometrium. So that's this ovary phase, ovary cycle, uterus cycle. Along with these two, we also have the change with the hormone. So we will go through this. All right, let's get started. Let's start by talking about the ovary. So ovary basically is a change of the follicles. So follicle start by having these primordial follicles. So remember, these primordial follicles are at rest after birth until puberty. So they remain a single primary oocyte living in this little room, happy ever after with the surrounding. So it's very much like a Snow White, right? And a little bit seven or a single layer of the follicular cells. So each one is a Snow White, happy ever after. Now, puberty comes, then things start to be different. And these will the major thing in the puberty is the changes in the sex hormone. So this is not exactly the sex hormone to drive it. Sex hormone plays an important role, but the major one is the hormone from the anterior pituitary gland that include the follicle stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone. So let's look at this one very quickly. So here is the brain. Here is the pituitary. So if you ever uh, take the lecture of basic human biology in a way or physiology, you probably know this already. So this is the part of our endocrine system, the very important one. It kind of control a lot of the whole body endocrine system. This portion, the pituitary gland, include the anterior and the posterior. Anterior will release different kind of hormone, and one of it is the FSH and LH. So does it say here? Let's see. Gonadotropin. So gonadotropin including the FSH and LH. So it acts on the ovary and the testes. We learned about that one in the testes already. Now we are going to looking at it acting on the ovary. So when it acts on the ovary, they will induce the growing of these follicles. So this is part of this folliculogenesis. So kind of overlay with what we have learned earlier. So this folliculogenesis continue to grow, where when it grow, these follicular cells will become larger, and we call it the granulosa cells. Then these granulosa cells will start to form a liquid filled cavity. We call it uh, antrum, right here, antrum. In addition to that, we will recruit another layer of cells called the theca cell surrounding it. Now, these theca cells and the granulosa cells, these two cells work together to form hormone. So since from this times on, these follicles become an endocrine system. They release sex hormone. They release the estrogen. So that is the female sex hormone. So female sex hormones start to increase after we have these follicle development. So before that, it's not so obvious that male female sexual differentiation, but uh, from this point on, a lot of female feature will start to grow to develop. So these follicular cells with the theca cells work together to synthesize the estrogen, and then this follicle also continue to grow. This antrum getting bigger, the entire follicle getting bigger to a point that antrum almost circulate in the entire uh, oocyte. And at this stage, we call this one ter- the tertiary or the Graafian follicle. With this one, and it include some portion we need to know. It include the uh, corona radiata. Do we have a corona radiata? Doesn't show it here.